What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So I have a sad situation here, and I'm gonna present this to you guys from a couple of angles here. Apparently, this was in Houston and things like that, a little bit before Thanksgiving, and yeah, apparently, an officer struck some pedestrians in the middle of the street, kind of in the evening time and stuff like that. And yes, very tragic situation. But I'm also going to have the officer Tatum explain a few things and stuff like that. So we can kind of get, what I'm saying, the logistics of some things about how things work when police are on duty, stuff like that. He's an ex-police officer, so he's going to explain some things. But first, we're going to go here now and we're going to check this out real quick from the news report. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
Up first and new at 6 tonight, Houston police released concerning new video from the moments before an officer hit and killed a woman in the street as her children and friends dove to safety. It happened in Northwest Houston in late September, but tonight, police say how it happened is very much still under investigation. Trayson Bragg first covered the story when it happened and questions began to emerge about the crash. He is back live now with what we're learning from these new videos. Trayson.
Yeah, Mia, I'll tell you that this video is an extremely tragic reminder that several children are.
Okay, so be prepared. This video is just be prepared. Fair use, by the way. Fair use, by the way. Fair use.
Now, without their mother this Thanksgiving, the video, we want to warn you, is extremely difficult to watch, but it does shed light on the moments before and after an HPD officer crashes into a woman in the middle of the intersection you see here behind me. Newly released dash cam and body cam footage shows the lead up to and aftermath of a crash that killed 41-year-old Desire Poole as she crossed Antoine Drive late on the evening of September 19th. Police say Officer Shelby Kennedy was behind the wheel of a police cruiser with a second officer in the passenger seat and a man in custody in the back of the vehicle as the crash happened. Whoa. In the video, which we've highlighted, you can see multiple people in the road as the officers approach. The question tonight, how did the officers miss them?
Whoa. Oh my. You didn't see them?
In Officer Kennedy's body cam footage, you hear her answer.
You didn't see them?
No.
Police today saying that Poole, her daughter, and a family friend were in the road at the time of the wreck. The others managed to jump clear of the crash, while the other officer in the unit, Officer Joshua Rosales, ran to help Poole.
Sir, call the ambulance right now. They're already on the way. Oh my God.
What are you waiting for?
CPR in progress.
Tonight, other circumstances remain under investigation. However, initial reports from police were that Poole and her children had exited a Metro bus before crossing the street. A witness claiming she dropped something and stopped in the road to pick it up before the wreck.
CPR in progress. My mom.
Tonight, HPD telling us Poole was rushed to a hospital where she later died. As for Officers Kennedy and Rosales, HPD tells us following the crash, they were both put on administrative duties pending an initial review on the case.
Okay, all right. And we got that part of it. Let's go here now and let's see what Officer Tatum had to say about this situation. Because, yes, he's a former police officer and things like that. Let's go here now. Let's check this out.
They came from that side over here. Why is mama this way and the kid is facing that way? She didn't, I don't think she ever hit the brakes until after she hit him. So that means that she didn't even recognize that she was driving up on these people. And she didn't catch it until after people were flying over the car. Let's get to Houston mom. I want to read this real quick, and then we're gonna go through the body camera just real quick. This topic has been viral. Maybe you guys haven't seen it, but it's been viral because they just released the body-worn camera, which I don't know why they did it before Thanksgiving. but they released the body-worn camera of a Houston PD officer, just regular patrol, wasn't lights and sirens, wasn't speeding, just driving down the road and ran over mama and hit her kids and everything in the middle of the street. Now, I'm going to make the statement up front so you guys have no confusion. I believe that the officer had some responsibility, but ultimately the lady standing in the middle of the street, stationary at 9 o'clock at night on a dark road, is ultimately responsible for her getting hit and losing her life and her children getting hit. I think they kind of got scraped. But the female police officer should have been paying attention enough to know or be aware that people may be flocking in the middle of the street. And if they are, you should be able to stop. She hit him and did hit the brakes. That means she wasn't paying attention as much as she should have. But ultimately, it wasn't her fault. Okay? So this happened approximately 9:52 p.m.
So from what you guys seen so far, what do you think? Get down in the comments. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? Do or not, things like that. Let's keep going.
Officer Shelby Kennedy struck 41-year-old Desiree Poole with a police cruiser while she was crossing the street on Anton Drive in Pinemont with her children. Reportedly, they just got off the bus and they're crossing the road. Let's go to the body-worn camera footage because this is insanity. Now, Nick, I need control. Can I control it? No. Well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna do this when I want you to stop, but it's gonna be quick because I need to stop it a few times. We're gonna play it back a few times because I need people to understand this. As you're watching this, right up here is the crosswalk. This is a busy street. Cars are coming this way and this way constantly. It's not a one-off. This is not 1 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's driving but a police car. Cars are doing this. They are standing in the middle right here, and they are never going to move until the cop hit them. They're not going from here to here or across. They're not crossing. They're literally, from the time we push play, are just standing right here in the middle of the street. Roll it. Standing there. Whoa. Okay. Man, you got the audio up, so you heard him getting popped. But she ended up hitting him. Keep playing the clip. Okay, go back. Go back. Okay, go back. Just a little bit. Inch it back a little bit. No, leave it there. Just until I'll play it and I'll tell you to stop. Okay, roll it. Stop. Now, this is sad, but it's crazy. Why are they just in the middle of the street? They're just standing right here. Mama's here, and the kids are just standing here. This is the thing that was appalling to me. When I first saw the cop, I'm like, oh my God, what is she thinking? She didn't even stop. She didn't do nothing. This is why people get mad at females being police officers, right? Because the girl is completely oblivious to what's going on. The fact that there's two people in the car, the young lady is kind of oblivious. It makes me believe she's in training. Now, the girl ain't in training. That's embarrassing. I think she's a new officer, so her mind is going. I want to put this in perspective for you guys, not giving her too much of a pass. When you're a rookie cop and you're new, if that's her, you got 400 million things going through your mind at one time, and you can't get distracted. People forget you got a radio and you got a TV, you got a computer screen right here in your car. If that's not the most distracted thing ever, I don't even know how they let police officers do it, but we are the most distracted people ever. We learn how to multitask, right? Somebody's in the ear, unit copy, black male walking southbound, just robbed the corner store on Pine Bluff and 3rd, and you close in the way. You may be like kind of looking. Then you want to check the call status, so you got to go on the computer and look at it. So you're listening, looking out the window, trying to see. So a person can get distracted. I'm not sure that this is her situation, but people can get very distracted as cops. But they did.
All right. So what do you guys think so far? You know what I'm saying, with this situation that just went down, you know what I'm saying, right before Thanksgiving and stuff like that. yes, of course, apparently they were standing in the middle of a busy street. Now, this is the thing here. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, yes, officers should have the proper training and stuff like that to be able to notice things like this ahead of time, be alert. But like Officer Tatum just said as well, there are certain distractions that can happen with the technology all in your ear and all in your face. So it is kind of like a tricky situation and stuff like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Which is sad but crazy at the same time, though, too. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think.
Did an investigation. They haven't released the actual speed of the car, but investigations say that the speed wasn't a factor. And the only reason I think this looks worse than what it probably was when it comes to speed, because she didn't hit the brakes at all until after she hit him. So it looked like she just plowed through him. I mean, she was just going normal speed, but she didn't react to this. The thing that just boggled my mind, and I still can never understand, is why are they standing in the middle of the street like this? If you get off the bus from over there, you stop here in the middle, or you're running across the street. You got to be crossing. They came from that side over here. Why is mama this way and the kid is facing that way? They should all be facing this way, coming across the street. I mean, they didn't move until the cop is right here. The campaign is Angel Tree Campaign. I do it every single year. What we're trying to do is get children whose parents are incarcerated.
Okay, that's the Angel Street. If you want to donate, you know what I'm saying, go back on this channel. I'll leave the link below. Hold on. Let's see. Let's go here now. All right, hold on.
So they can see them. Look, cars are coming. Oh my God, Kennedy! This is how she drives. Oh my God! And she go, "Oh my God!" Well, if you know, the male officer gets out and he renders aid. He does CPR, and she's kind of flustered, right? I mean, some of it could be because she just hit somebody and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to prison for the rest of my life. This is it. I ain't never going to see my family ever again." And that could cause her to be flustered. Or she's just an inexperienced cop that's just not there yet, right? She's not. She should be driving the car. She should be over in the passenger seat watching, because she hit him and she don't even tell them that they're doing CPR, because you have to let them know over the air that you're doing CPR so they can timestamp it. So when you go on the radio, you got to say CPR started, because then they can go back and historically timestamp and say, this is when we started CPR. When the ambulance get there and they pronounced her or whatever, they know that you have been doing CPR from this amount of time. If you never say you start CPR, they have no record that you ever did CPR unless they're looking at a body-worn camera. So you use the radio as a record. So she go, "Hey, we need EMS." She did a good job at that. "We need a sergeant." She did a good job at that. But she didn't even articulate that they hit somebody in the middle of the street. She didn't even mention that part. And the guy had to yell at her while he's doing CPR to say, "Tell him CPR. Tell him we start CPR." She was taken off the streets, but she was put back on the streets during the investigation.
Which y'all saw that in the first video that I showed you guys from the actual news report from the Houston news program.
This is what I will say. They didn't, just the mama didn't make it. The kids were fine. The mama didn't make it. It was very sad if you watch the rest of it. But somebody said, "Good job, Nick. You did do a good job stopping and going." I know it's hard to do that. But let me just say this and then I'm gonna be done. I think that the officer should have been a lot more present and aware of their surroundings. Would a good officer who's aware of their surroundings not hit them? They may still have hit them, but she should at least been aware enough to hit the brakes at some point. She didn't. I don't think she ever hit the brakes until after she hit him. So that means that she didn't even recognize that she was driving up on these people. The guy in the passenger seat who's not driving is like, "Hey, whoa, 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 whoa." And she didn't catch it until after people were flying over the car. So my critique of her is that she needed to be paying more attention all the time, because you always have to expect this to happen. When I was a police officer, Tucson has the worst lighting in the world. And one of the reasons that they do is because there's a big observatory in Tucson, which means that they lower the lighting of the city. So there's not a lot of what they call it light fog. And therefore the observatories and lenses can see the stars clearly. Tucson has the worst lighting ever. People die all the time in Tucson because you can't, and people are dumb enough to be wearing all black on a street with no street lights. Pitch black, boom, we run over.
Now, to speak upon what he just said about wearing that type of clothing at night, when I was growing up in school and things like that, growing up, if they always taught us that if we were going to be somewhere walking at night, you make sure you wear light colored clothes. Now, I get it. Things happen, crazy scenarios go on. And I kind of hate it that way, but at the same time, though, too, yes, if you know you're going to be out at night, have something light colored on you, a white towel or, something that's super bright clothing that you could be seen walking. And even in my city, I've seen people walking at night with, their backs to the traffic and stuff like that. And they in dark colored clothes, dark hoodies and all this type of stuff. And it's like, damn, nigga, I barely saw you. Like, you traveling at normal speed. Like you said, the normal speed. Now, ain't nobody racing down the street, stuff like that. Like we drag racing. You traveling at normal speed limit. And it's like, dude, what is you doing? Like, why are you like this at night? This is crazy. Like, no, you in all black. And I'm sorry, but I'm a little suspicious about a lot of stuff. Like, what are you doing walking at night in black like that? What are you up to? You know what I'm saying? And that's where I'm coming from what I've seen in my city, things like that. But I get it though. This is a crazy scenario right here. This is wild and things like that. And yes, for an officer involved engagement like this is this is crazy, and I'm wondering, does the family actually have a lawsuit against the city as well?
People die all the time in Tucson like that. So I know what it's like to be driving in an environment where it's low lighting. Now you go in code 3, people run out there, they're just going to hit. But while you're just patrolling, you should understand your beat well enough to know this is where people cross. This is where the bus stop is at. People are getting off the bus at this time. Let me at least be able to hit the brakes. Now for the family, and I'm done. Mama, what are you doing? You're standing. Give me back to the standing in the middle of the street clip. You're just standing there. Your children and you are not moving. Y'all, I watched this video. You can barely see it from me, but if you go look at it on your own, they're standing here the whole time. They're standing right in the middle. They're not even crossing. They're just standing right here. They're not moving. Stop. They're not even moving. Like, I don't understand how this happens. Mama's facing this way, the kids facing this way. They're just standing here. She's lucky that her kids didn't lose their life. She's lucky there wasn't a bus. The cop got the headlights on. You can't see the headlights down the street, and you just stood there for at least 2 or 3 seconds straight. So I blame mama for putting her kids out there. You can't do it like that. I don't know if the kids dropped something in the street and they were picking it up. I don't get it, man. There's buses coming this way, car headlights right there. You can see cars coming. I'm sure the cop car wasn't the only car that went this way. For the life of me, when I watched this, I couldn't imagine that she's just standing there. I thought they were crossing and the cop plowed through them. I'm like, oh, shoot, bro, you finna go to jail. But then I watched it and watched it and watched it and watched it, and I realized that they hadn't moved from when that cop car was way back there. They hadn't even moved nowhere. What? This is how people, that's why the cop isn't going to jail, because you can argue that the lighting is not very good here. and that they just standing there in the street. They're not even like crossing. But anyway.
Wow. This is wild and very dangerous and things like that, man. I wanted to bring you this story and things like that, and I want to come to you from Officer Tainum's perspective, because he's an ex-police officer and he could give some insight about situations and what officers go through on the street and stuff like that. You know, not to say that this officer was a bad person or she was a bad woman or anything like that. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a simple, a mistake of the situation. Also, paying the attention needed to be paid on both sides of the line. You can't stand in the middle of the street, but as well, the officer, which, we as the citizens, we do expect our officers to be paying a lot more attention than this. But, this is crazy right here. I thought this would be a good one, guys. Get down in the comment. Let me know what you think. Definitely give me your comments on this situation, man. Mad love to you guys. Hey, but it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say, that, my friends, is the bottom line.